Welcome back to She Sells, He Sells, Ideas Worth Buying. We're doing something a little bit different this episode, and I'm pretty excited about it. Are you, Brian?
Me too. Yeah, a little curveball, a little fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It will be fun. So typically you hear us start off our episodes with an intro, walking you through the 5S Persuasion Framework that every single one of our episodes follows. But we're not doing that this time because this episode in and of itself is going to be a mini masterclass in that persuasion framework.
Who doesn't love a masterclass, right?
A lot of people.
A lot of people don't, or a lot of people
don't.
Okay.
But we're going to make it a good one.
We're going to make this one better than what you're used to not liking.
Yeah. So Brian and I, as we were trying to talk about what we wanted to do for this episode, I've really been thinking a lot about how we take this 5S framework and we draw it out over these long episodes. You know, I think our shortest episode is probably 30 minutes, but sometimes it's 40 minutes. Sometimes it's 60 minutes if we have a guest on. Yeah. And so I'm wondering, do you really understand how you can use this 5S framework in a much shorter message and in messages that are like very light and just not that deep?
Yeah. Or maybe you're thinking, I don't have 30, 40 minutes to spend with a customer. How do I do this quickly and efficiently? How do I get my point across? Does this formula fit in shorter time windows?
Yeah. Or maybe you're thinking, I have something interesting I want to say at a dinner party, or I don't know if people still do dinner parties, but I have something interesting to say over the water cooler, even though I don't know do people still do water coolers? I mean, you do.
Yeah. It's not like a water cooler. It's like one of those things in the wall.
Fancy.
I mean, that is what water coolers are now.
Really?
I think so. There's no such thing as like a water cooler anymore, right?
I don't know. Acquiring marks. I don't know. I work at home, so I have no idea. But anyway, the goal of this episode is to let you listen to 3 very light, not that deep, seasonal ideas that we are going to sell and let you hear the 5 S's in much shorter bursts of messages. So we have 3 4th of July themed messages, and you'll hear them in a minute. And we are going to do 2 things with each of the episodes. So what are we going to do? Or with each of the ideas. What are we going to do with them?
We are going to sell an idea. We're going to go through the 5S framework. There's going to be a little bit of a give and take on one part of it. And then there's going to be another part where it's sort of just start to finish on the person doing the selling. So you'll have essentially 2 different versions of the same sell, one in which it'll be conversational back and forth, and one which will be sort of you having the opportunity to go through from A to Z everything that you need to say to sell your point.
Yeah. So, and if you are newer to She Sells, He Sells, we should introduce you to the 5S Persuasion Framework. So it is the sell, the story, the solution, the stakes, the success. The sell is your idea, plain and simple, the thing you want the other person to buy into. The story is the emotional core of what this thing is, why you believe it, and how you kind of get them to clue into it and buy into it with, something interesting. The solution is the how of the sell. The stakes are what happens if they don't buy into it. And then the success is what happens if they do. So again, we're going to start with first the just like straight, here's the sales message. And then we'll do a little back and forth with it. So what is the first big seasonal 4th of July idea that you're bringing to the table today, Brian?
So this is a good one, if you don't mind me saying so myself. I'm just going to state it plain and simple up front, just like we say to do. Independence Day, 4th of July.
So just tell us, and then we'll before you get into your
I'll just tell you.
Just throw it out there first.
Okay, so my sell is the 4th of July is on the Mount Rushmore of holidays.
Okay. So that is the first idea we're going to workshop for you.
Yes.
4th of July is on the Mount Rushmore should be on the Mount Rushmore of holidays, or
There's
is?
no should. It is.
Oh,
Period.
okay. Bold. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to tell the other two, or do you want to just wait till we get there?
Yeah, let's tell the other two. Okay, so that's the first idea.
Yeah.
Second idea is taking pictures of fireworks is a waste of your phone's camera roll. I'm going to be selling that.
Yeah. Third one. Third one. Hot dogs are top-notch cuisine.
Simple. You're a simple
Easy,
guy.
right? I'm a simple guy.
What does she say in Legally Blonde? I could really go for a hot dog right now.
I don't remember that one.
Oh,
although I
come
do
on,
remember
every movie.
Meet the Parents. We had a lot of those quotes. We watched the family movie.
Yeah, we just did family movie last night. And side note, it is so painful to find a family movie. And finally, Bennett's getting old enough that it's opening us up to lots of, like, we're just like, whatever. We'll
You
just
really
watch.
liked Ben Stiller's character's name in Meet the Parents.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, here's the new rule. One person is going to take the remote and they have 5 minutes to pick a movie, and whatever they pick, we're just locked in on. We're not gonna waffle. And Brian, we decided Brian was going to kick us off, and you picked
I won.
Meet the Parents, and it was a good pick.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Yep.
So those are the 3 ideas. We're going to kick us off with with the Mount Rushmore of holidays. And the first way we're going to workshop this idea is you just selling it. So you're going to try to give us this 5S framework in one foul swoop, like ideally maybe like a minute-ish. And so as you're listening to Brian sell it, see if you can try to hear those 5 things: the sell, the story, the solution, the stakes, the success. And when he's done, we can talk through what was what.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, my dear.
All right. So the 4th of July is on the Mount Rushmore of holidays. Way back in 1996, I remember this vividly. I was a teenager at the United States Military Academy at West Point. They had a huge event for 4th of July. Here I am sitting at this event and listening to all this music, seeing the flags from all 50 states, music that was representative of all different walks of life, different genres, different time eras in American history, and realizing that this thread that unites us as a country is really what we're celebrating this day. And it hit me. This is elite. This is amazing, right? The symbolism standing for something that is so quintessentially American. And I started to think about all these things. And by definition, there are very few holidays that we celebrate that are inclusive of all Americans, if you really think about it. This, by definition, is at the pinnacle of all of that. And then I think, what am I looking for in a holiday? Well, I'm looking for great weather. I'm looking for family. I'm looking for great food, right? This combines all these 3 things. It's celebrated at the beginning of July. It is the sort of de facto kickoff to real summer. If you're so inclined, you invite over a bunch of friends, fire up the barbecue. This is a great opportunity, right? If you're not celebrating this, if you're not giving this holiday the spot on Mount Rushmore that it deserves, you're really missing an opportunity not only to spend time with friends and family and people that you love dearly and celebrate the summer and enjoy the kickoff to like vacation season. You're missing an opportunity to really sort of be proud of an ideology and be involved with a community and aspiring to do great things, much as we did as a little infantile baby little nation when 13 colonies united and together said, hey, we can do amazing things when we combine forces. You are missing that opportunity to realize that those huge aspirations are valuable and important, and they're core and to who we are as a people. Finally, when you enjoy this, when you do it, not only do you get to have that foundational experience and understand what core values and principles are, you also get to enjoy a sunny day outside. And is there much better than that in the world?
That was good.
Yeah. I mean, you sound surprised. I don't know why you're surprised, but
no, it was good.
Yeah, okay.
That was good. That was good. Do I buy it? You're gonna ask me, do I buy it?
Well, do you buy it?
Yeah, I think
you are like
I think I do. I
was gonna say, like for you, if I was specifically talking to you, it would be very summer focused because you are a big summer person.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
You kind of do have to know your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you sell it. But Yeah, I do. I think I buy it. That was a very compelling
Yeah.
sales message. You hit some things
Thanks.
that I wouldn't normally
Associate with that?
think
Like
about.
what?
Yeah. Well, let's get into
Oh,
some
let's get
back
us
and
into,
forth.
okay,
Okay.
yes, back and forth.
So the 5 S's, I heard the sell in the
Yeah.
beginning, so when you start a sales message, you just like right out of the gate, state your idea or state the thing that you want. And I think that's really important. Ask for what you want, say the thing that you want people to buy into. And then your story was you at West Point,
Yep.
hearing all this music and being like, wow, this is what it's all about. The solution, what were you saying in the solution part?
For me, the solution here, and it's a little bit different and unique. I mean, the solution here is giving this the time and energy and sort of thought process that it deserves to have. You know, if you think about like what's on the Mount Rushmore holidays, well, I think a lot of people would say Christmas. You know, I wouldn't, but just saying. And all of the things that you do for Christmas, right? It's unique in that all the gift giving and whatnot, but I mean, it is like such like a massive yearly event for people. My point is, you know, hey, if you're doing all those things for other things, give this holiday the due diligence it deserves.
And then the stakes, you hit the stakes pretty hard.
Yeah.
Which were?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't aspire to do great things, then no, I mean, that to me, like the stakes are like not, you know, what is the stakes in this one? I know this is like kind of a made up example here, right? But like, what are
Yes, I think it's real.
Yeah, but what are the stakes when you're not celebrating 4th of July, right? Well, the stakes, not only are you giving up things that are good for you, right? Friends, family, people, good food, enjoying the weather, being outside, all those things that are good for you. There's an underpinning, like an underlying theme here for me, which is like, you're sort of missing an opportunity to connect with the true messaging of what this holiday is supposed to represent. I know the history. I know, you know, when the Declaration of Independence was signed, it wasn't inclusive of all people. I know all those things, so I understand that piece of it. But the ideology that combined 13 colonies could be something so great that it could take down the world superpower at the time. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing, right? I mean, that's something to aspire to. It's something to aim for and really be proud of.
And then the success was?
Yeah, the success is, you know, what's in it for you? Well, who doesn't like being outside having a beer with friends, right? Also, it's gaining a deeper understanding of what we stand for, what we aspire to stand for, and understanding that even though there are times throughout history and we don't live up to that ideology, we don't make it as far as we aspire to make it, it's still there and it's still a driving force behind a continuous sort of intention to improve.
Okay. We probably should have workshopped it after we did the back and forth, I'm realizing, but let's do the back and forth anyway. So, Brian, I think 4th of July is the dumbest holiday ever.
Oh my God. It's crazy to hear you say it's a Mount Rushmore holiday for me.
What?
Totally. I'll tell you, I was a teenager.
I was too.
At West Point.
I was not.
Sitting in the rain on a humid summer day on the 4th of July in a place I didn't want to be during basic training. And it's uncomfortable. The weather sucks. And I'm listening to the Army band playing all this stuff like all the other cadets there are. And I'm seeing all the 50 flags and I'm realizing that there's music that's coming from like every era, from like big band era to like disco to like contemporary music. And there's different songs for the flags of each state as they're paraded across the stage. And I realized like this is really an inclusive holiday that has been specifically made for who we are as Americans.
Okay, but I would imagine you're sitting there at West Point. I mean, you're at West Point. You've decided to devote the next almost decade of your life to this country. So you have a deeper buy-in to 4th of July and everything it stands for than I do.
Well, you're exactly right. Yeah. I mean, of course.
You can say that, but like for somebody like me, I'm not buying it.
Of course, but I did have that buy-in, that service mentality, but I didn't have the respect and true understanding of the holiday until that moment in time. So yes, I had this idea that I wanted to serve. Yes, I had this idea that I wanted to be a part of something bigger, but I didn't really truly understand it until I literally saw before my eyes, like all of the state flags, all of the state songs, all of the people representing, sort of each walk of life. And it made me realize, like, this isn't really as much to me about signing a piece of paper in July 250 years ago. What it's really about is what we can do as a collective whole, and deciding this is the path that we want to go down. 13 colonies are going to join together to take on the world superpower. All of those things that are beyond, sort of those intangible things, all those things that are beyond the idea of like hanging out with friends and barbecuing. But what is this really about? What is the core message here? What's the sort of, what am I aspiring to be? And it's really a message of unity and capability to me.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, but I mean, I think of like where we are right now as a country, and
Yeah.
I used to feel more patriotic than I do right now. I'm just like, honestly, sometimes really embarrassed to be an American with like everything that's going on. So like, how can you say this is a Mount Rushmore holiday when like sometimes I just feel embarrassed of what's happening in our country?
I get it. And I have two answers to that. The first one I'll say is, to me, you can be proud of an ideology. You can be proud of what you aspire to do, even if you're not meeting those things right now, right? So personally, if I aspire to be the #1 sales rep in my company, I can be proud of what I want to be and proud of what I've stated that I'm going to be, even though today maybe I'm number 20 out of 30, right? I can be proud of who I am, or who I want to be, excuse me, and not super excited about current situations or recent decisions, right? That's the first thing. The second thing I'll use for you is a story from a woman I know named Gail. And she would say all the time, I love you, but I may
I
not
hope
like
not.
you a lot right
I
now.
hope you're not using that as a good example.
No,
That's my
I'm kidding.
childhood trauma.
That's a joke. I know. That's just between you and me. But I mean, to me, the real
But
message.
now it's between us and
No,
everybody.
it is. The real message here is you can be proud of what you stand for, while understanding that, hey, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm proud of what's happening today, or I'm proud of the recent decisions. I can be proud of what has united us as a country for so long, and what we stand for and where we're going, and not have to, sort of combine or conflate that with the idea that that means I stand for everything that, we stand for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have seen a lot of that, right? A lot of the talk about people not celebrating the 4th of July, because I feel like it's like a sort of a de facto approval of current situations in politics, right? I would think that any holiday, especially something as big as a nation's Independence Day, supersede the importance of any one person. But here's the thing that happens if you don't celebrate it. Number one, you deny yourself that ability to enjoy a beautiful day outside, right? Because Lord knows this is going to come around. It's going to be November, December before you know it. You're not going to get to do those things. So you deny yourself what you need, which is sunlight, fresh air, friends, right? But not only that, but it's completely antithetical to what this entire day is meant to symbolize, which is unity and the idea of what's possible. And you don't truly give yourself a chance to take that in, internalize it, and realize, yeah, you know what? Like, if we can unite, we can accomplish almost anything. And that gives people hope, right? And even if you don't really admit it and you think it's like kind of cheesy and whatnot, you can think it, right? But hope is an extremely powerful driving force.
Do you want to run for office?
Maybe.
No. The answer is no.
Would you vote for me?
No, because I am not interested in that life.
You said no.
I'm saying because I am not interested in that life.
Write me in. Write me in next time.
Hell no. I'm not living that life. That's a horrible life, sadly.
Sadly?
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but we don't know any politicians personally. Really?
We know people that are in like the town that we live in, and it's drama in a town level. Can you imagine? On even
probably
like
less.
A state.
Don't you think? Right? Because there's like, I mean, really, they have those personal connections.
No, come on.
Okay.
Anyway, that was very good. Good job.
Thank you.
I do actually feel a little more connected to 4th of July now.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, my turn.
Go. Do you want to go through just?
No, I'm just going to go right into it.
Okay.
I'm just going to go right into it. Okay, so hear me out.
Yep.
Taking pictures of fireworks is an absolute waste of your phone's camera roll. And I was thinking about this because I was thinking about last 4th of July. And I remember we had a wonderful day. We were at a friend's pool and we heard fireworks happening. And so we all came outside to the front of the house, and someone nearby was setting off fireworks, beautiful fireworks, actually. And we were all standing there having a moment, and the kids were running, and you could see the wonder in the kids' eyes. In fact, I think I even saw like the fireworks reflected back in Bennett's
That's good.
irises.
That's good.
And I looked at you to have a moment and lock eyes with you and be like, isn't this beautiful? But I couldn't because your hands and your eyes were on your phone and you were capturing every firework. It's myself.
Oh.
Every firework with a photo and a video. And I thought to myself, what in the hellio is this boy gonna do with all these pictures of fireworks on his phone?
Yeah.
Instead of taking your phone out and taking pictures and videos of fireworks, I propose that we all just keep our phones in our pockets or our purses or wherever we have them, and we take in the moment. And instead, we capture them in our mind's eye, and we use our hands to embrace our loved ones. And we have a moment to really soak in, you know what, maybe even this holiday that one might say is on the Mount Rushmore of holidays. And we really soak in this beautiful moment, because when you think about it, fireworks really you might only see them once a year on 4th of July. But if you are trying so hard to capture them on your phone, you're missing out on the actual beauty of them, let alone you're taking up really precious camera roll space. And we all know that we sometimes go to then take out like a really special moment on a camera roll, like something so cute your dog is doing, or like your kid is doing your 5th grade graduation speech, and you're like, go to record, and it's like camera roll fill, and it's like, oh my God, if I didn't take those firework photos, if only. So instead, sit back, enjoy the beauty of the moment, and know that in your mind's eye, you can have it. And if you want to see firework photos, you could just Google image search firework photos, and you could probably find even more beautiful ones.
Yeah.
Do you buy it?
I buy it. Yeah, that was a mistake I made.
Okay, let's.
Okay, no,
go ahead.
I think I was thinking.
Well, let's do the back and forth, and we can do the
okay.
back. Okay. So you start off our conversation.
I mean, the whole reason I take photos, or anyone, no, this is a conversation. It's a conversation.
Okay.
The whole reason to take photos, basically, is so you remember the moment, not necessarily the photo capturing something. But I mean, people say that about memories, that you're every time you remember something, you're not actually remembering the thing, you're remembering it and the feeling of it.
Agree. But I would argue that taking photos of fireworks is not going to actually have you remember that moment of the firework. You know, I think of, when I think back of last 4th of July, I have a lot of memories of last 4th of July. We had a great evening at our friend's pool, and actually it was just you, Bennett, and I, because the girls had their own plans, but we hung out at our friend's pool, and he had his friends, and we were with the parents, and then we went out in front, and you know, we heard fireworks. And actually, Bennett, do you remember Bennett? He was like kind of freaked out. He still doesn't like loud noises, which is so funny. But he was kind of like, he was actually like wanting to like hold on to me, which was like so sweet. But he couldn't hold on to you because your hands were really tied up with your phone, taking all these photos. But
visually, they're so amazing. Like, what if I could have captured like a National Geographic photo of the year, which sometimes can happen.
I get that, but the chances of that are very, very slim
But
for
not zero.
not zero, but an amateur photographer with their iPhone photo with especially like think of where we were standing. We were in like a cul-de-sac of like a subdivision that was like house, and like like it just wasn't it. Now, if we were watching fireworks like where we were the year before, we were in Hawaii, and it was like over this beautiful like bay. Maybe there I could see that, but like and you were taking a lot of photos. So I think the solution instead is to just kind of keep your phone in your pocket and be in the moment. And I really do believe in like you can actually create these like snapshot memories. There's actually science behind like teaching your brain of like I want to remember this moment and saying like there is this red firework and I feel Bennett's hand next to me and I feel my feet on this white concrete and I see the basketball hoop, and you can like visually have all this and then it's even more powerful.
Yeah, that's powerful. All the colors made me think of
Yeah.
I was transported back in time to that.
Yeah, but instead if you're so focused on your phone,
Yeah.
you're just kind of like focused on getting the picture, and I think you miss all these other
Yeah.
sensory things that are going on. And
As mentioned, I'm usually an in the moment guy. That was a lapse of judgment on my
okay, you
part.
don't have to be defensive.
I'm not defensive. I'm just I'm
sound
buying
like
this. That was a total that was a mistake. I blew
Yeah,
it.
so I think this
Yeah.
like imagine how beautiful it is when we're all just together this year in another country, which is where we're going to be on 4th of July. And maybe we'll find some fireworks and we can all just be in the moment and take it in. Isn't that going to feel and sound amazing?
It is.
And then our camera rolls will be free for what we need.
Right. I do think your phone is has like a terabyte of storage though, so I'm pretty sure
Mine does, but I'm not using it up on fireworks.
1 or 2 firework photos.
Yeah. So anyway, there's the message. So the sell was stated up front. Taking pictures of fireworks is a waste of your phone's camera roll. The story, we know what the story was. Last year taking the thing. The solution was instead leave it in your pocket. The stakes was you could miss out on those things, and the success is like instead you'll be in the moment and you'll have these memories.
Yeah. I buy it.
Yeah. So I think it's important as we have one more, but before we get into this last one, just realizing, you can hit these things without it sounding robotic.
Yeah.
And it's important. All these elements are important in a really good sales message. And the more you do it, the easier it is.
I think the other thing to notice is they can transition pretty smoothly. It doesn't have to be like cut, go, absolutely. Cut, go sort of thing. Yeah.
All right. Here's my least favorite.
All right. I'm telling you, Krista, good hot dogs are top-notch cuisine. What say you? Are you?
I thought you were just going to give me the...
Well, I'm asking you. What are you?
No, I'm not buying it.
Not buying it? All right. Yeah. Speaking of those times that, we remember specifically getting together, I'm going to go back to 2019.
Well,
Fenway Park in Boston. Bennett was like 4.5. We had a Fenway dog. Fenway Frank, I think is what they call them. Fenway Franks. Which is like, I'd say top 20% of all baseball stadium hot dogs. Sitting at a baseball stadium with my family at Fenway Park, one of the most historic and amazing stadiums in all of baseball, with this delicious Fenway Frank in my hand, a little bit of mustard, sharing that with my son because you refuse to eat hot dogs, and realizing from the first bite, I get that juiciness and that full flavor. And I just enjoy this moment and realize this is actually damn good. This is delicious. This is delicious. And I would offer to you, if you were to understand how to properly cook and prepare a hot dog, right? You too would see how amazing this cuisine can be. Because I think we're all sort of, if you don't like hot dogs, you probably say, oh, it's got to be done this way. It's got to be. It doesn't. There are amazing ways to cook and serve this food. If you eat a good, like Hebrew National, you're going to love it. If you don't believe me, then, well, sometimes you'll hear people say, you don't know what you don't know. And just like an amazing piece of literature that was written years ago called Green Eggs and Ham, Sam did not know he liked green eggs and ham until he tried it.
Nice.
And when you do, when you see it, you get that sensation of nutrition, easy on the go food, delicious, juicy. Quite honestly, you feel a little bit more like a patriot.
Oh my God. So I will remain unpatriotic.
What say you, Krista?
Fun fact about me, I have not had a hot dog since 9th grade, and it's gonna stay that way.
Disagree. We're gonna fix this. We got this.
It's gonna
I'm gonna work.
It's now just a thing. I can't break it.
I'm gonna work for most of the rest of my life to try to change that.
All right, well, let's go back and forth on this.
Okay.
And so I will not eat a hot dog.
Hot dogs are top-notch cuisine. Good hot dogs, right? You will not eat a hot dog, I would say, probably because maybe you haven't had it done right, or you haven't had the experience of the hot dog. Those are two reasons why. The experience, I will never forget sitting at one of the most historic baseball stadiums in the country, eating a delicious hot dog with my 4-year-old son, my wife, my 2 daughters there, enjoying that moment as the sun was setting. It was probably June, July. There we are. I'm eating this hot dog. It's easy. It's in a wrapper. It's portable. It's to go. It's not like I'm trying to eat nachos and getting myself all messy, right? But that's, to me, the experience of the hot dog consumption.
It is not at all about the experience for me. It is about one time learning what was in hot dogs, hot dogs are made of.
Yeah. Understood. I hear you.
And now I have an aversion to them.
Yeah. So it's really about nutrition with you then, I would say, right?
It's not even just nutrition. It's not even learning. No, it's not that I learned what hot dogs were made of. We were made to watch a video where I got to see.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Mr. McDonald.
You can't unsee
no, I
that.
can't unsee it. And I understand that now hot dogs can be also made of like beef or turkey or whatever. But I still think like it's all encased in this little tube. Although I do eat sausages, so I understand.
I was going to give you two. I was going to give you two.
I understand, but it's also now just a thing.
Yeah, no,
and I can't break my thing.
Well,
I've been alive longer without eating hot dogs. But okay, I'm getting all flustered.
Yeah.
If I take my own self out of it, I would like to debate the idea that. Tell me your sell again.
Good hot dogs are top-notch cuisine.
Top-notch cuisine.
Yeah.
No, I just don't buy that.
He just gave me the figure one.
I just don't buy it. Like, I just don't see how they can be a top-notch cuisine. Like, lobster tail, filet, even like New York brick oven, like amazing pizza.
Yeah, those are great things. Those are all amazing.
Hot dog? How is a hot dog top-notch cuisine?
Well, I mean, I was just thinking about this and I just sort of spitballed. What are the 3 reasons that you consume food? 1 is for nutrition, right? To fuel your body. 2 is because it tastes good, right? And 3 is because it's the experience of eating. You know what I mean? Like when you're having like sushi, right? It's an experience. You get the chops. It's fun, right? The hot dog checks all those blocks. You eat cheeseburgers, right?
Yeah.
I gotta. Actually, did you know that the average hot dog...
You're going to say something to me that's going to turn me off from cheeseburgers. Your life's going to be a living hell. So do not gross me out from cheeseburgers right now. Are you going to gross me out from cheeseburgers? Okay.
Did you know, nutritionally speaking, the average hot dog has about half the fat...
Are you going to try to shame me for eating a cheeseburger? Are you going to body fat shame me? Are you going to food shame me right now?
A common misconception is that...
this isn't about the calories or fat in a hot dog. That is not what I just said. It's about that I saw like a freaking chicken beak being mashed up and put into a hot dog.
I agree. I'm just giving you some fun facts. I will also tell you
It's not that I'm like, oh, I don't want the calories in a hot dog.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Reclaiming my time.
Okay.
I will also tell you that if you got to see any video of almost anything made, you probably would feel
that's why I won't eat McDonald's chicken nuggets either.
Yeah, fair.
And it's why I won't watch any more videos of food being made.
That's right.
I probably
you're
wouldn't
running
eat
out of opportunities.
Anything, I know.
You'll just be eating like grass from the oven.
Anyway, go back to... We lost the plot here in the S's.
Yeah, so the plot here is like... the truth of the matter is, if you have like, I mean, like a Hebrew national, like a good hot dog, right? And I don't want to boil it. I'm not steaming it. I'm not doing any of that fancy stuff or that funny stuff, excuse me. That is maybe how you consumed hot dogs as a kid and made them think like, oh, it's just kind of not my thing. Put it on a griddle, put it on a grill, right? Do it the right way. Get a fresh bun, a little softer, right?
Closing your eyes a lot.
Yeah, little mustard on there in like a zigzaggy formation.
I'm mustard girl.
Right? Then you've got a juicy, delicious, handheld, low-calorie treat.
Do you know hot dogs, like hot dogs, pepperoni, processed meat have all been linked to colon cancer?
You know how many grams of protein a typical hot dog has?
They've all been linked to colon
10.
cancer. Do you know how many grams of sodium it has? I don't, but I would imagine it's
3,
a lot.
couple.
I would imagine it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
What do I miss out on if I don't eat hot dogs?
You miss out on the experience, right? Like, think about, like, what if you had never had pizza in your life? You're like, oh my God, I hate sauce. I hate marinara sauce.
I'd eaten hot dogs up till like I was 14.
Yeah. You can't even relate to another human if you don't.
But I have eaten them.
Yeah.
What else do I miss out on?
You miss out on an easy handheld portable food that's not going to make you messy. Right? If you're walking around on a boardwalk in the summertime, like, what are you going to do? You're going to eat a salad?
No,
how are you
I'm going to eat a hamburger.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little sloppier than a hot dog as well, don't you think?
Mm.
Do you eat sausage, right?
I mean, it depends. No, a chicken sausage.
Yeah, that's sausage?
Chicken sausage.
Okay. It's the same. It's chicken. Oh, well then. It's chicken. It's the same sort of presentation. It's just different makeup.
So. All right.
Yeah.
We kind of lost the persuasion.
Yeah, we did there. We got way off track.
I'm really personal about my hot dog situation, but tell us the 5 S's of your message.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, the sell is obviously hot dogs are top-notch cuisine, good hot dogs, right? The story is going back to that baseball stadium. Anytime that you can connect emotion with anything is really important, right? And you can imagine what that feels like sitting in especially baseball.
I would also say what we didn't even plan this, but this is what you have to do when you have a story in sales message or any story is a specific moment.
Yeah, it's a moment.
Yeah. And so like you had the moment at West Point. I had the moment at the 4th of July in the front yard. You had the moment at Fenway.
Yeah.
It can't just be like these. I think this is a mistake a lot of people make in any kind of using stories. It's like, there was one time that this happened, and it's just like they gloss over it. Like, no, take us to the moment, tell us what happened, give us the characters. Like you brought Bennett, which by the way is 2018, not 2019.
Yeah.
But
sure.
you brought like, you aged the story with the date. Both times you did that. I did that too. It was last year. Like I painted the picture of the subdivision. You painted Fenway. You said like, so like all the details, that's important because then people are tuned into it. So I think that's also really important.
Yeah. So to me, the solution here is like start with a good hot dog, right? Like buy a good hot dog, do it the right way. Don't boil it or something. How to cook it, right? Put it on a bun. You put a condiment on there. You're ready to go. I mean, that's the solution, right? Is to paint the picture of like, well, this is what it could be when you follow these sorts of steps, right? The stakes here for me is like you don't know what you're missing. Green eggs and ham, maybe you ignore for a long time.
That was actually a good one.
That's good.
That was a good one.
Yeah, thanks. And then, you potentially can relate to other humans who all consume hot dogs. That might be a little bit of a stretch of the truth, right? But yeah, I mean, I think the success is like you open your eyes to a new thing. I think the success is like you feel a sense of bravery that you will tackle a new challenge and not back down. That's for you. Yeah. You're just being difficult now because you're eating sausage, but it's like chicken sausage. Well, I can get you a chicken hot dog. I'm sure they make chicken hot dogs.
They probably do.
Yeah. So if we do that.
I kind of just want to stick to my guns and say that I haven't had a hot dog.
So you plan to spend the remainder of your time on this planet?
Yeah, I do.
Gosh, it's sad.
I don't have many other claims to fame in my life. I don't have many other things. Like if it's like, say 3 fun facts about you, like I can be like, I haven't had a hot dog since 9th grade.
If you give me like,
I don't have that many. I'm not that interesting. Like
I can give you 20. Give me like 10 minutes.
No, you should be able to say them off the top of your head.
Some of them are like not suitable to serve.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this persuasion little masterclass.
And I know it's funny and I know it's fun, but I mean, it's still like the purpose here was to demonstrate how this can be done in a much more condensed format. We probably end up taking 40 minutes anyway because of all the back and forth, but you get the idea that it doesn't have to feel like this long, drawn out, like mathematical equation that you're working on. You can combine all of these into a quick, 1, 3, 5 minute delivery, and you can hit up all those important things.
Absolutely. All right. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Enjoy your hot dogs.
Or your turkey sausage or your hamburger. We'll be back next week.